You want to be a confident speaker that can speak on any stage to any audience. And you want to be known for the work you do and respected in your profession. And maybe you even want to build a strong brand so that you can share insightful content that can impact the world. But are you willing to do what it takes to achieve this? Now, this is why today I want to talk about the Own Your Voice mindset to give you a really realistic picture of what it takes to truly own your voice. Because many people say, oh, I'm willing to put in the work. But when it really comes down to it, they are often only willing to do what they're comfortable doing. And people often remark, like, I wonder why is it that some people just do it so naturally? Someone actually shared with me before. He said, Ray, I wonder how you're speaking so naturally on stage, right? You do it so naturally. I don't think I can do that. To which I reply, yeah, I do it naturally after a whole decade of emceeing and training and building a relationship with my voice. Others would ask me, Ray, how do you truly own your voice? I also want to gain clarity of who I really am. To which I reply, yeah, I have a certain amount of clarity and I'm owning my voice after 5 years of journaling, self coaching, getting coached, basically building a consistent relationship with my voice. And at times, I still kind of doubt my voice, but it gets better over time, and I'm able to get out of the spiral of self doubt and actually coach my brain easier and own my voice easier. I'm able to get out of that funk so much easier. But that is only possible after years of consistently building a relationship with my voice. In this capitalistic society, we have ingrained in us the program of ultra productivity, hustle priority, and shaming ourselves for resting or being too slow. And I look back at the clients that I've coached over the past few years, and I realize that the ones who received the biggest, most mind blowing transformations that they didn't even expect, that changed the course of their life, their business, and truly getting them to be in that joyful state is this: their willingness to trust me, to trust the process, to trust the Own Your Voice community, and learn how to build safety and trust within themselves to heal and grow. Their willingness to take ownership of their thoughts, doing the work that creates that habit of speaking up, even if it's uncomfortable, and their willingness to incorporate daily and weekly habits of owning their voice in whichever context that we're coaching on, right? Whether it is overcoming their fear of speaking, building their brand, etc., have networking in the workplace, having tough conversations, whatever aspect of owning their voice that we are coaching on, they're willing to put in the daily and weekly habits in their everyday lives, even if they're really, really busy. And no matter how busy they are, they know that taking consistent small steps, like 15 minutes a day, is better than inconsistent big ones. And that's why they're willing to do that daily and their weekly work. And what's the result? The result is becoming the version of themselves they only dreamt about, speaking with their unique voice instead of wanting to speak like someone else, and trusting their voice, knowing what to say, when to say it, and how to say it well. You know what's an even crazier result? Attracting opportunities, clients, and connections of their dreams. Here's a message for you. You have everything inside of you to own your voice. My job as a coach is to guide you to truly seeing it and helping you develop the mindset and the heart set to equip you with the relevant skill sets for you to fully own your voice. I want to share a story of one of my coaches, Chinta, who helps young professionals become their own fund manager. So she came into the Own Your Voice program and she had a few key goals. Number one, she wants to speak with conviction and confidence. Number two, she wants to connect with her audience and make them feel valued through her content. Number three, she wants to master how to lead difficult conversations at work so that she could strengthen her relationships both at work and in life. And number four, she wants to put her face out there on social media and create content to attract aligned clients. But the first month of our Own Your Voice journey together, we didn't do most of this. You want to know why? In the first month of her Own Your Voice journey, we focused on creating a safe space for her to uncover her fears, built up resentment, anger that stemmed from years of people pleasing in the past. two, incorporating Own Your Voice habits into a schedule, which includes journaling, contributing to daily insights, etc. So she builds a relationship with her voice and gain clarity of her unique voice every single day. Number three, unlearning old plus limiting beliefs and learning new, empowering ones that are authentic and aligned to the way she wants to design her life and impact others. Number four, practicing how to have difficult conversations in an empathetic yet assertive way, and this takes a lot of patience. And number five, getting to know the Own Your Voice circle and being that safe community. In the most recent activity that we did, she observed that all her pent-up anger dissolved and turned into love. She released the resentment she has had against certain people in her life for the way they treated her in her childhood. Oh my god, I'm getting goosebumps. And in our most recent session, and this is after 1 month of working together, just 1 month, she exclaimed, "Wow, I am so happy. I really love myself. And I'm so proud of myself for carving a path of my own in my 20s, despite disapproval from others. Now, I think I'm so ready to build my brand and grow my voice. And all the work that we did in month one was so necessary." Not only that, in the first month, she has posted her first LinkedIn post despite having fear of and doubt of whether her post is original or good enough. And number two, she got her first coaching client. And she achieved these wins even though our key goal for month one that we agreed on was to build Own Your Voice habits. Now, I already see her unique value since the very start. I mean, she has 10 years of investing experience and built her nest egg that allowed her to quit a job despite initially having zero knowledge when she first started. And she has mentioned she's not naturally good at math. She doesn't consider herself like a finance person, but she was able to build her own fund and be able to build her own funds and her own nest egg, and now is helping others. But she needed to see for herself how far she has gone and truly how amazing her journey was for her to build the confidence in her voice. And that is through constantly communicating with her voice, the Own Your Voice habits every day, every week. A lot of the inner work, the foundational work needed to be done before we even talk about posting her story on social media or building her brand online. So let's talk about you. Okay, what does owning your voice mean, right? In this podcast, it's about the power of the Own Your Voice mindset, which I'll go into it in a bit. But what does owning your voice really mean in the first place? Now, everybody has their own definition, because I think when I say the phrase owning your voice, immediately you might think of a challenge that you have right now or a goal that you have right now in terms of using your voice. So owning your voice really might mean a different thing in different phases and seasons of your life. But broadly speaking, owning your voice means having a rock solid clarity and trust in your voice so that you can speak with certainty, make decisions independently, and always have your own back even when you meet with obstacles along the way. Owning your voice is the commitment to building a deep understanding and nourishing relationship with your voice. Owning your voice is not only reserved for that big presentation at work or drawing boundaries at work with that big boss or attending some industry networking night. Owning your voice is deciding to intentionally use your voice in the little everyday moments, taking the lead and doing a short personal catch-up with your colleague before going into an agenda during a work call. And it's just one person, but you decide, I'm going to take that little first step to have a short conversation with her before we go into the work agenda to build some rapport. It could be speaking up when you hear a comment made by a colleague that you felt was inappropriate and mentioning to them privately. Or it could be training your networking muscle by starting a conversation with one new person a day, even if that person is that auntie at the cafe or the bus uncle. When you choose to show up for your voice every single day in those little moments, your voice will choose to show up for you during that big thing. Choose to own your voice by building a relationship with your voice, which means communicating to it via journaling, self-coaching, and getting coached. Grow your self-awareness and build a deeper understanding of who you are and what you stand for, and getting coached and have regular reflection time. Build the habit of using your voice in the small moments. Create opportunities even if none are presented to you. And share your ideas and stories online or in smaller groups. If you're not comfortable in sharing it online yet, maybe in smaller groups of people with friends, etc., so that you can start conversations and invite different perspectives. Now you'll realize that these 4 pointers that I shared is a direct reflection of the 4 pillars of my Own Your Voice methodology: rewire beliefs, awaken your authentic self, embody a unique voice, and magnify your impact, which you can check out the pinned post on my Instagram feed for a deeper explanation. Owning your voice is like planting a seed. Healthy growth requires consistent nourishment. If you're looking for instant confidence, that's putting on a fake armor of confidence, not truly owning your voice. And if you're looking for instant clarity, you're actually looking for instruction, not real clarity. Building radical self-trust with your voice requires consistent communication and practice. I've been journaling for over 5 years, right? Like this is like probably my third or fourth journal, and you can see that it's like half filled-ish, but yeah, lots of journaling and self-coaching. And I've been doing that for 5 years, even to this day, because just like any relationship, it takes consistent work. And there's highs and there's lows, and you're journeying with your life no matter the highs and the lows. As a coach, I cannot snap my finger and give you confidence. I can only teach you the steps that's worked for me and over 40 coaches and journey with you through it. And just like any relationship, you need to work on it. I can't work on it for you. And so I'd like to introduce to you the 3 elements of the Own Your Voice mindset. Okay, take notes. Number 1, ownership. The willingness to think for yourself and do the work to own your voice, not just get someone to do the thinking for you, or not just do the work that makes you feel comfortable, but doing the work that feels bloody uncomfortable but is necessary, like digging deep into your thoughts, even observing your thoughts. Sometimes even starting to listen to our thoughts is something that's so scary for some people. Because let me tell you, you either get uncomfortable in a safe environment that is held by you or held by a coach, whether it's through coaching, through guidance, a safe community, but you choose to get like uncomfortable in that safe environment, or you get uncomfortable when you're tasked to do something at work and you freeze because your nervous system sees it as a threat. You cannot outsource your thinking to someone else. You cannot outsource your inner work to someone else. You have to decide to build that relationship with your voice. You need to take ownership of building that relationship with your voice. And you need to take ownership of asking yourself, what are my values? What are my life philosophies? And this is so important so that people's opinions won't send you to this like reactive mode. And this is so important because people cannot give you what the right answers are and you just follow, because even the wisest person cannot decide your life for you. They can only guide you to build trust with your voice so that you might find answers yourself from a place of peace and self-assurance. Ownership is deciding for yourself. And of course, you can request support from a coach or from a mentor, but ultimately the decision is yours because you design your life. Now, there's a difference between saying, Ray, I don't know what I want or what to do. Can you tell me what to do? Versus, Ray, I don't know what I want or what to do. Can you please guide me to figure it out? Now you can see the difference between A and B. The latter is obviously one of more ownership and ownership and intention. The second element of the Own Your Voice mindset is curiosity. Dig deeper, have conversations with yourself. Ask why not, or why am I feeling this way when appropriate. Never think that you know it all. And we don't ever know ourselves 100%. There's always more to discover. Even now, I'm still discovering more about myself. When you're having difficult conversations with someone and they're getting on your nerves, how can you stay curious instead of draw immediate judgmental conclusions? When you get rejected by a client or you didn't get the project you bid for, how can you get curious and ask yourself why? How can you improve? Why were you not the right fit? And how can you get curious instead of labeling yourself and shaming yourself and going to that negative spiral? Taking ownership and getting curious means when you try and you fail, you learn to A, celebrate yourself, asking, what did I do well? B, be honest with yourself, asking, why didn't it go according to plan? And C, set an intention moving forward, asking, what do I want to do differently or try the next time? The third element of the Own Your Voice mindset is compassion, truly seeing ourselves for who we are. Choosing to create safety within ourselves, acknowledge the parts of us that we've been rejecting, tapping into love and kindness for ourselves, doing the work to remove self-judgment, openness to explore, and willingness to commit to blocks of time of doing nothing and simply being with our thoughts by ourselves. The feeling of trust in your voice is like no other. And I hope that I'll be able to guide as many of us to develop that loving and kind relationship with our voice. Because when that happens, there's so much peace and love, and life just gets so much easier to handle. Right? It doesn't mean we have less challenges, but it means that we have our own back. The reason why we doubt ourselves or feel like we're not good enough is, one, we have been taught a certain version of what confidence is, and you can replace confidence with anything else: success, attractiveness, what a leader should or should not be, what a mother should or should not be, what a father should or should not be. And number two, we shame ourselves for not being that definition of what society has taught us. Now, it's only when we build a habit of observing our thoughts and developing that own your voice mindset, ownership, curiosity, and compassion, and we commit to advocating for ourselves, can we unlock the true power of our voice and create the impact that we want. Now, with that, there are 3 invitations that I'd like you to think about this week. Number 1, how can I create a system of honest and compassionate reflection to intentionally design my life, including my relationships, my career, my business, and my health? Number 2, how can I take more ownership in my life? And this could look like claiming responsibilities you have avoided. Or it could also look like asking for support from a coach, or dropping a close friend a message and say, hey, I really need to talk about something. Can I share it with you? And seeking safe spaces for you to share how you truly feel. And number 3, in what ways can I show compassion to myself and to others every single day? List down certain small things you can do to show compassion to yourself and others. And that is the end of today's episode on the Own Your Voice mindset and the power of it, as well as 3 powerful reflections for you to consider. And as always, if you'd like to take a step further into taking true ownership and owning your voice, I invite you to join the Own Your Voice Circle, a 6 months one-on-one hybrid coaching program, specially designed for you to own your voice in specific ways you want. It's ultra personalized, but you also get the benefit of being a safe space in that community of the Own Your Voice Circle. You can head to raifang.com to find out more about the Own Your Voice Circle and if it's the right fit for you. Now, if this podcast has helped you, please send it to 3 friends that you think will benefit, or share this on your Instagram stories or your LinkedIn post. Because I truly, truly hope to help more people own your voice. And as I said again, having deep trust and love for your voice is a feeling that you can't get anywhere else. It's a feeling like no other. And I hope to help as many people get that feeling of trust in your voice as much as possible. And I'll see you in the next episode or on my YouTube channel. Bye.